The Crisis is the official magazine of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, otherwise known as the NAACP. They advocated for social reform and racial equality. The Crisis published the work of many young African American writers associated with the Harlem Renaissance. Here we see an image of what is known as the Silent Parade, also known as the Silent Protest. It was a march of between 8 and 10,000 African Americans on July 28, 1917 in New York City. The purpose of the parade was to protest lynching and anti-black violence. The Silent Parade was organized by the NAACP. They hoped to influence President Woodrow Wilson to fulfill his election promise to African American community and voters to implement an anti-lynching legislation or support an anti-lynching law and promote African American causes. President Wilson did not fulfill his promise. Here we have an image of Florence Mills. She became well known as a result of her role in the successful Broadway musical Shuffle Along. The success of Shuffle Along is considered one of the events that marks the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance. Here you see a photo of Augusta Savage in her studio with the harp, based on Lift Every Voice and Sing by James Weldon Johnson. Savage created the sculpture for the 1939 New York World's Fair. The 16-foot tall plaster sculpture was one of the most popular and most photographed works of art at the fair. Small metal souvenir copies were sold, and many postcards of the piece were purchased. The sculpture depicted a group of 12 stylized black singers in graduated heights that symbolized the strings of harp. The sounding board was formed by the hand and arm of God. Here we see 3 charter members of the New York chapter called the Northeasterners. These women are wearing their finest clothes, some of their finest clothes, and walking on 127th Street in Harlem. The Northeasterners was and is a black women's social club in Harlem, New York. The purpose of the group was to stay abreast or on top of cultural trends and serve the community. Club records show that various projects were organized to improve society and educational causes. Here we see Marcus Garvey. He was a leader in the African American community. He organized the Universal Negro Improvement Association. He advocated for equal rights. Garvey believed that blacks should have a permanent homeland in Africa, and he worked toward making Liberia that homeland.